Something is shifting in the Pacific Ocean right now. It is not a storm that you can see. It is not a wave crashing on a beach. It is something far bigger,
Last week's record-breaking heat wave.
far quieter, and far more dangerous. It is a slow, powerful build-up of heat, spanning thousands of kilometers, and it's been playing a dangerous game of hide and seek. But now that hidden heat is about to be unleashed on the entire planet. Scientists are warning that we may be standing on the edge of a super El Nino, possibly the strongest one in 140 years, an event so powerful it could push global temperatures into territory humanity has never experienced before, and the latest data suggests it is now almost impossible to stop. This is not a normal weather event, this is a global reset of the planet's energy. And by the time you finish this video, you will understand exactly why 2026 could become the most extreme year in modern history. To understand what is coming, you first have to understand what El Nino actually is, and the good news is that it is simpler than it sounds. The Pacific Ocean has a natural rhythm, almost like a heartbeat, that has been beating for thousands of years. Normally, strong winds near the equator push warm surface water away from South America and toward Asia. As that warm water moves away, cold water rises up to replace it. This keeps the planet's temperature balanced. But sometimes those winds weaken, and when they do, the warm water stops moving away and instead pools in the eastern Pacific. The ocean surface heats up, and that extra heat spills into the atmosphere, changing weather patterns all around the world. That is an El Nino. When this happens, the entire planet feels the effects. Some regions get hit with heavy rain and flooding. Others are struck by severe drought. Global temperatures rise, and the warmest years in recorded history almost always happen during a strong El Nino. So if El Nino is natural and has happened for thousands of years, why are scientists so worried this time? It's because 2026 is shaping up to be the perfect storm. On the surface, the Pacific Ocean looks calm right now, but deep below, something alarming is happening. The amount of heat stored beneath the surface has been climbing for months and is now far above normal. Massive pulses of warm water, called Kelvin waves, are traveling thousands of kilometers across the ocean towards South America, carrying enormous amounts of energy with them. NASA satellites have actually caught these waves moving across the Pacific in real time, and when they reach the South American coast, they release all that trapped heat at once, like uncorking a bottle that has been shaken for months. But here is the truly frightening part. This natural surge of heat is landing on a planet that is already hotter than at any point in recorded history. The year 2024 was the hottest year ever measured, and it happened without any El Nino boost at all. The world's oceans have just gone through the hottest 11-year period ever recorded. So the planet is already running a fever, and now nature is about to pour fuel onto the fire. So how big could this one actually get? Forecasters are watching the numbers climb week by week. Some of the world's leading weather agencies now suggest there is a real chance that ocean temperatures could rise more than 2 degrees Celsius above normal by late 2026, which would push us firmly into super El Nino territory. A few models even show the possibility of temperatures climbing past 3 degrees, which would be almost unheard of. To put that in perspective, a true super El Nino has only happened a handful of times in modern history, like in 1982, 1991, 1997, and most recently in 2015. Every single one of them reshaped weather across the entire planet. Scientists are careful to say that these forecasts can change, and that predictions made in spring sometimes overshoot. But there is one thing almost everyone agrees on. The Pacific Ocean is now primed and loaded for a powerful event. The spring is wound tight, and it is getting tighter every week. So what happens if this super El Nino truly arrives? The simple answer is that everything gets amplified. Every normal weather extreme gets supercharged, like turning the volume all the way up. First would come a record-breaking spike in global heat. A super El Nino could push 2026 and 2027 to become the hottest years ever recorded, climbing well past the warming limits that scientists have spent decades warning us not to cross. Then would come the rain and the drought, hitting different parts of the world at the same time. The coasts of Peru and Ecuador could be battered by torrential rain, while deep inside the Amazon rainforest, intense drought and record heat could push the trees past their breaking point. In the worst case, the world's largest rainforest could shift from absorbing carbon to releasing it, with a massive risk of mega fires. In North America, California, and the southwestern United States could face a brutal winter of heavy snow and flooding rivers in the sky known as atmospheric rivers, capable of triggering landslides and flash floods. Meanwhile, Australia is already being warned to prepare for severe drought and dangerous bushfire conditions. And then there is the most important threat of all, and that is food. India has already forecast one of its weakest monsoons in nearly 30 years, which could devastate crops that feed billions of people. Rice in Asia, coffee in Africa, and maize in Latin America could all suffer at the same time. The United Nations has warned that the number of people facing food shortages could climb back to levels not seen since the start of the Ukraine war, potentially affecting over 300 million people. The damage would not just be measured in heat and hunger, it would be measured in money too. Researchers have estimated that an average El Nino quietly drains around $3 trillion from the global economy through destroyed crops, damaged infrastructure, and disrupted trade. And a super El Nino would be far more destructive than an average one. The most unsettling part is why this keeps getting worse. El Nino itself is natural and ancient, but today's oceans are hotter than ever before, holding record amounts of trapped heat. So when this natural event arrives now, it does not just warm the planet, it pours its energy onto a world that is already overheating, creating extremes far beyond anything our ancestors ever experienced. So here is where we stand. The Pacific Ocean is shifting, the heat is building, the winds are weakening, and every sign points to one of the most powerful climate events in modern history arriving within months. It may bring record heat, it may bring floods, droughts, fires, and hunger to millions, and it may push our planet into a chapter we have never lived through before. Super El Niños have come before, and they will come again, but never before have they arrived on a planet already pushed this close to the edge. Save this video, because by the time the world fully understands what is happening in the Pacific, we may already be living inside the hottest year in human history.